Hello and welcome to lesson 4 of topics 5. Today we're going to look at some textbook answers, do a quiz and start looking at unit 2B. So let's start by looking at the answers to the questions on page 26. The first question, the gist question, what is the reading mainly about? It is mainly about how and why humpbacks sing. A couple of detail questions. When they played whale song in the water, what? And the answer is no female whales came. Okay, they learned something. What is not true about humpback whales? Their songs are short and simple. That is not true. They are long and complex. They are like hit tunes on the radio because the whales often change their songs, just like hit tunes on the radio. And the vocabulary question, in the last paragraph, what does goes both ways mean? Means it is similar for both. Okay, let's look at the identifying purpose questions beneath that. The first one asks you to match each paragraph with its purpose. So paragraph C, like the C, that is C, to tell the personal story of a humpback researcher. Paragraph D, it describes something researchers do not know about humpbacks. What does paragraph E do? It explains the difference between humpbacks from different places. And paragraph F gives a reason why researchers continue to study humpbacks. Okay, let's have a look at some pronoun reference questions on page 27. So, what does each underlined word refer to? In number 1, the answer, the word underlined is one, and it refers to a humpback whale. Humpbacks are intelligent animals and can be seen working together to hunt schools of small fish. And if you listen closely, you might even hear one singing, one humpback whale. Okay, number 2. Marine biologist Jim Darling has studied the songs of humpback whales for more than 25 years. While recording whale songs on a boat near Hawaii, he invited author Douglas Chadwick to experience living with a humpback. So who is he? Well, when we started, we said marine biologist Jim Darling. So he has done something. Jim Darling is he. Okay, number 3. Humpback whale songs can be long and complex, sometimes lasting for 30 minutes or more. They are perhaps the longest songs sung by any animal. So, we're not talking about the researchers, and we're not talking about male humpbacks. We're talking about the songs. Humpback whale songs. Okay. This is the reference question. What does it refer to? I felt it inside my head and bones. I've only got one head. My head and bones. Look at paragraph B. The answer is the whale's voice. He heard the whale's voice. Number 2, the 13-meter-long giant looked him over. So in paragraph C, who is him? It's Chadwick while he was swimming with the whales. It pointed its head down. Paragraph C, what is it? Well, it's likely to be the whale. And number 4, it then gently carried Nicklin. Okay, I don't think Chadwick gently carried Nicklin, so the answer is the whale again. The humpback, the huge animal. Okay, just think to yourself for a moment and answer the question on the worksheet. Why do you think whales sing? Okay, let's move on. We're going to look at this completion task. So complete the sentences using the words in the box. I'm going to show you some magic here. One word is extra. We'll see at the end. Okay. 1. Whales generally come up to breathe every 15 minutes, but some can hold their breath for up to an hour on a single dive. Number 2. Some people are not aware that many of the whales they see on whale watching tours are later killed in areas where whaling is still allowed. Number 3. Apparently, there are some whale species that do not seem to migrate at all. They spend the entire year in one place. Number 4. Many of those who have swum with whales have described the experience, and that's a noun, so the little n in the bracket means it's a noun. It can be a verb, but in this case it's a noun, as life-changing. And number 5, scientists who study whales use special technology to record the sounds they make underwater. Okay, let's look at some definition questions. If something is complex... Oh, wait a second. The text that we're looking at here on the screen might be a little bit different to what's in your textbook. They've changed it, but don't worry. Basically, it's the same. So, if something is complex, it has many parts and is difficult to understand. A season refers to a particular period of time during the year. If something is unknown, you have no knowledge of it. Look, you can see the word know and know, so they're linked together. When people or animals interact, they spend time together and communicate. And finally, someone who is curious about something wants to learn or know more about it. There it goes. Okay, let's move on. This is the final part. Word parts. So, the prefix inter means
between
or
together,
as in the word
interact.
So, you completed these sentences. Let's have a look and see what the answers are. She was offered an
interview
for a job as a member of a whale research team. Number 2, saving endangered whales is going to require
international
cooperation. And finally, many studies focus on the
interaction
between male and female humpbacks. Thank you to my assistant. That wasn't me. All right, it's now time for your quiz. So, I would like you to pause the video in a moment and take the quiz. Just like the previous quiz, you will find it in the e-syllabus. This is quiz 2. You must complete the quiz by the deadline, and the deadline is the end of this class. Last time you had a little bit longer, but now you only have the time of your class. Okay, you don't need to upload. Actually, just complete the quiz and it uploads automatically. From the moment you open the quiz, you will have 6 minutes to complete it. Okay, so here we go, and pause. Okay, now you've finished the quiz. Let's move on and have a little look at 2B. We're going to start, and this is called the 1,000-Year Bird Song section. We're going to start with some listening practice. Yes, I know you're already listening, but let's watch a video. I'm going to show you a video in a moment. This is from a British TV show called Spring Watch. It's on the BBC. There are subtitles, so don't worry. You can rewind the video and pause it as much as you like. So, watch the video and answer the questions in task number, I don't know yet. It's in your worksheet. And the questions are on the screen. You'll get the answers next week. Okay? You can pause and rewind, as I said, as much as you like. So, here we go. The questions are on the right.
This bird played a really important part in my life when I was younger. I grew up on a council estate on the outskirts of a town in Cambridgeshire. I'm heavily dyslexic, not been able to read or write until I was 27. And so my childhood wasn't particularly great, but one of the things where I really got a lot of pleasure was from hopping the fence, getting out into the fields and seeing this particular bird. And that bird is a lapwing. When the sun shines on it, it's iridescent. There are greens, there are blacks, there are browns. It's got this fantastic crest. In early spring, lapwing males try to impress potential mates with a courtship display. They roll and swoop, driving away the males and making their famous peewit calls. I'm passionate about birds that don't sound like birds. So the song and the display of this male bird, it just sounds almost a little bit electronic, a little bit 80s electronica. It's such an amazing sound, and many people just don't believe this comes from a bird. But they also make another sound, and as a sound recordist, it's one that I've never yet been able to capture. This sound is created by the males, using the feathers at the tips of their wings, and it's a sound that I've been desperate to record. I want to get so close to that bird that you can hear individual wing beats. You can hear the wind being passed through the tips of its primaries on every single stroke. The reserve has given me special access, but to go unnoticed, I need a little help. With my camouflage outfit, the wildlife carries on around me. Just behind me is a pair. He has already impressed the female with his courtship display and is staying close to her as she feeds, hoping that they will mate. But then another male arrives and it all kicks off. They take to the skies exactly where I need them to be. After the peewit call, I finally get the sound that I'm after. After all these years, I've finally captured those elusive wing beats. Well, that was pretty amazing. That was really good. That's probably the best recording of a lapwing I've ever had. Basically, there seemed to be that pair over there, and when that lone bird flew and it set them off, I really got those classic wing beats that I'm after. I'm over the moon to have recorded a sound that I've pursued for decades.
Okay, so answer those questions and I'll give you the answers to them next week. Remember, you can rewind as much as you like. Okay, so now you can turn to your textbook. You can complete the activities on pages 29 to 34. Do not do pages 35 and 36. You can't because you don't have a DVD. The first activity on page 29 is on your worksheet, so you can start by completing that one. And remember, you can pause and rewind this video at any time. Don't forget to take the quiz within your class time, because it will not be available after that. So if you haven't done it, do it. Okay, thank you very much, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.